charging knights against fatigued knights. Let's see, so this is melee. Not charging, this is melee here. Here's the defender, it's a fatigued knights, quality 4, and they're discouraged, so they're fatigued and discouraged. Here's a Dolphe leader with a bonus of 2, with knights, strength of 4, quality of 6. So again, it's a declared melee. The final modifier was +7. Now, how's that? Check for terrain first. They're on clear terrain, makes no difference. That's null. Then we go to unit quality. Unit quality of the attackers with the Dolphe is 6, which is greater than, superior to the defender with a current quality of 4, so that's +1. Then we go to the strength modifier. Attackers are 4, defenders are 1, that's 4 to 1, which is 2 to 1 or higher, 2 to 1 or greater, so that's +2 for a total of +3. Then we go to unit type. This is knights against knights, so it's 0, no difference. Then we go to the leader. Adolphe has a bonus of 2, we add that for a total of 5 now. Then we go down to a line that reads, if all defenders are discouraged, or at least one but not all defenders are routed, +2. So the defender, there's one defender discouraged, which means all the defenders are discouraged, which means it's +2 for a total of 7. 7, of course, is also the highest limit anyways. Even if the total were more than 7, it would be capped at +7. The melee die roll was a 3 for a total of 10, which puts me on the 10 to 13 modified score row of the melee table. So the first thing for defenders, we do this in order. We're first going to do a discouraged result, then we're going to do a retreat result. Now, here's the deal. If a defender is already fatigued and discouraged and receives another discouraged result, it routes instead. Okay, so it routes instead. Melee will be over shortly. Flip the discouraged marker over to routed side. Here's where they immediately retreat 2 hexes, and then I'm going to retreat one more time for the final retreat route, for a retreat result. Then we have obligatory advance, which, by the way, I am going to now look at doing something. I'm not sure I've done this yet, but I'm going to see if the charging unit was not already fatigued and did not result in fatigue from this first. Oh wait, this is melee, never mind, it's not charge. There is no additional attacks because not charging. However, can I change facing? I can't remember. You have to obey stacking limits. A unit that advances after melee, that's what we're doing, we're advancing after melee, can actually freely change its facing. So I want to turn this way to put the militia units in the front, in a front hex. And there we go. That is a full melee. I routed a unit, which actually makes it equal now. Now both sides have a routed unit. So now I can finish off Adolphe's activation here. That was resolution of melees. Movement of non-commanded units. So let's see if these guys could move. They're out of command, and they're discouraged, and they're in the front hex of an enemy. So I'm trying to remember so let's talk about out of command. I'll go in order. Out of command first, because that's on the top here of the stack. During the activation of its leader, that's true. Out of command unit can do one of the following: move up to half its movement allowance, round it up toward the leader of its banner, not its army commander unless the unit belongs to his banner. The unit must end its movement closer to its leader than it was at the beginning, or not move at all. A unit that is out of command can't fire or initiate melee, however it can execute defensive. Okay, so that's that. Now can he move because he is discouraged? The effects of being discouraged are... actually looks like... So a discouraged unit is penalized when involved in firing melee. It can no longer advance after a victorious melee. And that includes charging, okay. You know, I don't see anything that does not permit it to move just because it's discouraged. So now we go to being in the front hex of an enemy. Let's see. Okay, that's under movement. Okay, unit located in the front, one of the front hexes of an enemy unit. Pay an extra movement point to leave the hex. So, oh, that's a question of whether he actually has enough movement points. And then maybe, well, so he has half of a movement allowance for 2, which actually he could go 1. But then the enemy would be on his flank. 1, 2. Well, actually, he's not going to get into command by trying to move. So I guess that answers my question. There's no point in trying to move because we won't have enough movement points to change facing. That's why if I could move here and change facing to put the enemy knights or mounted men at arms in their front, a militia, that would be okay, but he's not going to have enough because it'd be 1, 2 for enemy frontal hex, 3 for facing change, plus another 4 for changing facing. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'd take 4 altogether, which is too much. Okay. Is that ends Adolphe's activation. So he is now chef complete. Leader complete. Leader activated. So now we pick up with who's left? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Renault. Over on the other side of the battlefield. Okay. That I will pick up Renault's activation on the next video. This game, for its scale and scope, understanding that it's not what I'm looking for in terms of, I've mentioned this before, I would so much like a game with the complexity of like Bar, Battles from the Age of Reason, or complexity like well, no, I'm going to say Bar. So, Battles from the Age of Reason, a medieval game, even an early Middle Ages game, battle game, with the complexity of Battles of the Age of Reason, that would be great. I'm not aware of one that exists. So, barring that, pun intended, this is really where it's at for me for medieval battle games. Looks great. Plays mostly cleanly. Lots of battles to choose from. Fun. Enjoyable. Maybe I won't even say fun. Enjoyable. Just good, solid battle play. Look, and I'm gonna say it again. Looks great. I'm gonna say this again. These figures, and then this video is gonna wrap up. But and I can't remember where I pulled it. Anyways, these two units are the same type, and they have distinctive iconography. That looks great, and that really looks great. That is worth framing.